should end it if they're past the point of like when they use it themselves and like because they're
where they should stop using pacifiers. That's such a personal thing, and that's also like something that you can speak to your like pediatricians about, because I don't know, it can affect their teeth and whatever else, speech and everything else. I think it's fine. It's nice sometimes when babies have something that can remind them about sleep. Like they know that if they have the pacifier, that's their cue to go to bed. But that's like a personal decision. Some doctors will say drop it between 4 to 6 months, like cap it at 6 months. Other doctors say like it's fine, just let them have it until they're ready. They'll leave it when they're ready. Other doctors are like, by 2 years old you should remove the pacifier. So I think it's more like a pediatrician question.
So some parents put like 12 pacifiers in their bed to make sure that like they won't have.
Yeah, once they can do it.
So would you recommend that, or would you say like, oh, I would still?
If it's helping them sleep and they're sleeping fine and they like the pacifier, then yeah, great. I mean, if it's becoming a problem, then you fix it. If it's not a problem, then you don't need to fix it.
And doing like I had like the single one that they gave you in the hospital, and like she would be looking for it, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like it doesn't change the habit. If you have just one, it just makes your life harder. So if you're gonna do it, put in 20 is my advice. I put in 4, but I just mean like why put in a single one if you're gonna use it?
What about a lovey that they might have like 15 of the, or maybe like 2 others of the same exact one, but they just gravitate towards one because of the smell or whatever it is? What would you recommend for that?
I like loveys personally.
But what if they get attached to one?
I think it's fine to get attached to it. It's better that than you, like in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, because kids are going to wake up in the middle of the night. So better wake up in the middle of the night and they can grab their lovey and not call for you to come in. So that's how I feel about it. I mean, everyone feels differently about it, but
no, I really love Bunny too, but I'm just really afraid of ever losing Bunny. So
right.
Get a replacement right now.
We have a replacement. She doesn't go near it.
Right.
It looks exactly like it.
Yeah. I mean,
she knows.
So you'll have to deal with the consequences of not having it.
Yeah, but
10% of the time. But
don't fix something that's not broken.
Right.
True.
That's what I say too. So if you want to travel with it, fine, and then she'll grow out of it, whatever, and it might be a couple bad nights if you forget it, but better than she sleeps 95% of the time with it. I think it's fine.
I'm not worrying about things I don't need to worry about, right?
Okay. I think what's hard now with the loveys is they say nothing in the crib before 1, which is really hard because it used to be 6 months when they AV, and now it's 1. So, like, as a sleep consultant, you're like, just want to be able to get something. So it's hard for me. It's hard as a sleep consultant to make a recommendation now, but most doctors, I would always say talk to your pediatrician and just say, are you okay with me at like 6 months, like giving her lovey? And most say yes, but obviously it's a personal decision.
Do you want to do those 2 like older ones in there?
Yeah. Okay, so the first one is how to break a habit before bedtime, such as water, blanket, potty 1 more time. So the toddlers are really hard. So there's a few things you can do. A tactic I like is giving like 3 tokens, and so that they know they have 3 tokens every night. So that they have 3 times to ask you for something, and that's it. So if you say, okay, here are 3 tokens for the night, you can give that physically something, and they call in and say, I want water. Okay, you take 1 token away. They have 2 tokens left, and then they come in, I want this. You take. So then they know if there are no tokens left, there are no more requests for anything, and that's it. Like, so you're kind of giving them some power. Here's like, you have this choice and you have a decision to make, but that's it. It's like cat's limited decision, and you know that you need business after those 3.
Where do you get these tokens?
I don't know, you could use anything. Use like something that's they're not going to show on, but like it could be anything.
Well, what do you use?
Symbolic.
A symbolic. No, I honestly thought they were tokens.
Yeah, no,
like 3 hair rollers.
Exactly. it just anything like a symbolic of something. Just
What do you use?
Well, I haven't had to do this yet.
Oh, okay.
I did this with a client. I'm trying to think. I don't remember exactly what they used.
Okay.
Maybe like a cup or something. 3 cups. Okay. Let's call it cups.
Okay.
A solo cup.
Okay.
And yeah, so then like that, they had success with that. But yeah, it's all about being consistent, and at that age when they're talking and all that, like you can communicate with them. You just explain, here's the rules of tonight, here's how it's gonna go, and once you're in your crib, like that's it. And there's no request, this is the final request. And it takes a lot of practice, a lot of communication, talking about it all day. What's gonna happen tonight at bedtime? We're gonna go to the potty, we're gonna have water, and once we're to bed, that's it. And just kind of like gearing them up for it so that they know what the expectations are.
And just behaviorally, but that's an age where they're really testing to see like who's boss, and they want to not be boss. A lot of people don't understand that and feel as though, like terrible chooses about the fact that like they now have the ability to talk and demand things, and it's like this like power struggle, and they're looking to us to be like their leaders and to be confident and set boundaries, not to like be wishy-washy with them. That's confusing and makes them feel uneasy.
Yep. And I know Ruby believes in this too, but really also talking to your baby, even if it's a newborn, and out of respect. Do you just want to talk about some of the things that you do when you bring a newborn home, like you walking around the apartment and
I remember that?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's part of it. Like you're welcoming your newborn into your apartment. So yes, from the womb, it's like just a shock being out in the open. But then again, she needs to be incorporated in your life. This is a new world, and this is where she's going to be in. So that's part of like what are you going to do? Are you just going to stare at your baby? Then just walk around the apartment and tell the baby like, okay, so this is the kitchen, and this is where mommy cook healthy meals, and all of that stuff. It makes you feel good, and you talk to the baby and tell the baby, it's a matter of giving respect. They're tiny human beings. They cannot talk. You can talk to them, and by hearing your voice, they get to trust you. They need to feel secure. How can they be secure? You have to mimic how it was in the womb, but not constantly. You can do that. But then again, since you're the primary caregiver or whoever is taking care of the baby, has to be able to have that trust. The baby needs to gain a trust. And again, if you tell the baby what you're doing, you constantly talk to your baby. The baby absorbs that, like. Spit up, for example. If the baby spit up, and if your reaction is like, "Oh my God, my baby spit up," and the baby will cry. Why? Because of your reaction. It's not because the baby's, because of the spit up. Because after that, actually, the baby's more relieved. But then again, the baby will cry because of your reaction. So it takes practice. It's easier said than done. But again, it's your disposition. The way that you're how you are, you have to project that calmness, because again, if you're calm, your baby would feel that, and your baby would be calm too.
And then your baby will sleep.
There's one last question that we wanted to ask, and then if anyone wants to ask questions after, we're mingling a little bit. What are some surprising wild hair tips that you typically wouldn't call sleep tip, but you do with your own kids and you often recommend to clients? Or it doesn't need to be wild.
Okay, I guess something that people don't really know is that sleep in motion is not as restful as sleep in non-moving, whatever it is, stroller, car seat, rocking. So even a 40-minute nap in the crib is actually more beneficial than an hour and a half nap in the stroller, because when babies are in movement, they can't really go into deep sleep. So they're not getting the restorative sleep. So many parents think like, I need to take this 2-hour walk so my baby sleeps, but actually it's much better for them to sleep a shorter nap in the crib and go into deeper sleep than be in a stroller or in a car seat and be sleeping, but they're like in a much lighter sleep where they're not actually getting this restorative sleep that they need.
And is that for every age?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, even as adults, when we fall asleep on an airplane, you're not like really getting good sleep there. It's like you
and
wake up groggy,
right? Like,
and then arm.
When they fall asleep in your arms.
Yeah, because you're like rocking then. I mean, if you stop rocking, then that's different. But if you're like in movement just like doesn't let you really fall into deep sleep.
Ruby, your wild card surprising tip.
Oh, for me, it's more of what I usually encourage my clients to do for nap time, for sleep. So most of the time, I encourage them to put their baby down to sleep. So when the baby's eyes closed, they're the last person that the baby saw. And if the client, of course, has a baby nurse or some help, when the baby cries afterwards, then that person can take charge. But then again, you as parents would have that feel that you put your baby down to sleep and that your face was the last face that she or he saw before he or she closes her eyes. And in the morning, it's the same thing. If there's a chance for you to be able to be there when your baby wakes up, it's more of like feeling confident and more empowerment in your part as a parent, so that if the dad goes to work, then at least they have that special, at least time together, even if it's a few minutes in the day or night. So that's something that
I would say mine is Sarah mentioned it earlier. It's just early bedtime. Always looking at your child, like around dinner time or before bed, like how are they acting? Are they fussy? Are they, for older child, are they not behaving? Like that's probably a sign that they're not getting enough sleep. And that bedtime needs to be earlier. And to what Sarah said, earlier bedtime feels later wake-ups usually. So I think someone on the card here wrote, my 18-month-old waking up at 5:30. I would say probably maybe something going on with the nap, because 18 months they're either on 1 or 2, so it's hard to say. Something could be going on with the nap, but also potentially bedtime is too late. And yeah, so that's like the number one reason kids get up really early is their bedtime is too late. So I always recommend try shifting it from like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and see if you see an improvement after a couple of days.
Okay, one last question, something I just thought of. But is there anything that you would recommend to incorporate into your baby or toddler's room that just adds good vibes, good energy, calmness for good sleep? I mean, I was thinking even of getting like glow-in-the-dark stars to make her feel just more comforted, or do you like the idea of a nightlight? What's your take on just adding good vibes into the room?
I recently, like I said before,
less
is more for me, but I do like essential oils, and I think they're nice if you can freeze them in a room.
Which ones do you like?
So there's a brand called doTERRA, which you guys might have heard of, and lavender is nice for sleep. There's also one I think it's called Serenity, and vetiver, is how you say it. Those are all good for sleep, and it smells nice, and it's like maybe doing something. Again, I don't think it's necessary, but if it makes you feel good, and it's nice, it smells good. So that would be my tip.
Okay.
I don't really have one. I'm actually thinking about it. No, I mean, I have blackout shades in the room because my face is east, so it's very light in there. But I don't have anything like special like that. But
Ruby?
for very small babies, I mean, oil is good for us, or for baby toddlers, but not with really small babies. Blackout shades is very helpful, and white noise. Basically, that's just what.
Jennie, you recently got a giraffe. Did that help? Like a huge life-size giraffe? Did it
I
help?
didn't get it for that reason.
Did it add good vibes? Is she sleeping better?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe a life-size giraffe would be good. All right. Lightning round. You guys ready?
Yeah.
White noise, brown noise, or no noise? Ruby.
Brown noise.
I literally don't know what brown noise
I don't either.
I actually got it from another sleep consultant like back in the day. I don't really know the difference.
White noise is like more of a high pitched noise. So white noise basically is for babies who are crying.
Okay.
They need to hear their cry, and so So brown noise is more for
A
sleep.
deeper pitch. Okay. Crib, snoo, co-sleeping. Go.
Crib.
Crib. Blinds up or down during naps?
Down.
All the way down.
Yeah.
We weren't asking you. No, I'm just kidding. True. I do mine 3/4 the way down because I feel like I want her to know that it's during the day.
For very small babies, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
It doesn't
All right,
matter.
what about a 2-year-old?
So for
Down.
a 2-year-old,
All the way down.
So light.
Not the best quality sleep. They're gonna wake
And
up
also-
because their circadian rhythms. They're not gonna think it's nighttime because it's shades of them.
Interesting.
Yeah,
when
now
it's dark, they release melatonin, so you're keeping them up more instead of letting them fall into like that sleep mode. And they know at that age, they know what's day and what's night.
All
They're
right,
not going to
blinds
sleep
all the way down
10
to her.
hours.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
So good to know.
Stroller naps or crib naps? I think we know the crib. I thought of another one, but I forgot it. So, mom brain, I think it's time to go to sleep. So, on that note, thank you so much to our panelists. As you can see, there's so many questions, and I hope that we answered at least half of one of the questions that you came in with tonight. If not, you know where to find these amazing women. And actually, on that note, please tell them your Instagram handles and your websites in case if they want to email you or contact you for a consultant. And we will email you all as well.
Our cards
we love
there.
business cards.
And your business cards,
Yeah.
but just tell everyone just now.
Mine's called Lulu Lullaby.
And lulullaby.com.
Yep.
Mine's called the Chill Pill with 1 L on chill and 1 L on pill. I won't bore you guys with the story, but that's it. And then that's my Instagram and also my website.
Okay.
Yeah, so my Instagram and the blog is This Is Me Ruby, but our company is Beyond Baby Care, and just recently we opened our an agency, newborn care specialist agency, which is called HIMBA. So we actually have forms there. I personally train baby nurses, and a lot of volunteers would want to volunteer their time to new parents, especially with newborns 0 to 3 months, for free. So if you're interested to sign up for that, we have a form there and take advantage of it. It's a huge help.
Amazing. Jenny, how can people come here to Union Square Play, and how can they find you for your amazing tips as well?
Well, anyone can come here. Just come. And and
There's amazing program during the day.
yes, classes, mom groups, events like this, and
Workouts,
block
in carriers.
yeah. And I share my philosophy and approach and how I'm spending my time with my baby on my blog called Mommies, and that's my website as well. And this is Union Square Play, unionsquareplay.com.
And you can find me at BeWellWithArielle on Instagram and BeWellWithArielle.com. And then hope you'll all come to my new restaurant opening just 3 blocks away called Lucky Lee's NYC. It's going to be healthy Chinese food. And again, we're going to have hopefully a changing station if I can get it in time for the opening. And it's going to be baby friendly. So hopefully there'll be some purees for all of your little ones too. On that note, thank you so much for coming tonight. And if you haven't signed up, tonight we want your email so we can send you all of their info after. So if you haven't signed up, please see Jenny and she'll just sign you in. Thank you so much, mamas.
Thank you.